Madam Abna Kusia. She is here to tell us her side of the abused story. We spoke to Madam Abna Fosuya. Her story is quite sad because she's been a widow for 8 years with 6 children, all alive. According to her, the children have expressed immense interest in education, but due to lack of financial assistance, they had to drop along the way. 2 are out of the secondary school. They are willing to continue to the tertiary, but there's been no support from the late husband's relatives. According to her, it was until yesterday that one called to ask if she is still alive, and she said yes, she is. That was the end of the call, meaning that they are not willing, not to talk of being eager to help at all. Her place of rest is also another problem. She occupies a single madhouse room, which is nothing to write home about. As it's raining nowadays, it's a big headache for her because how to sleep when it's raining is trouble. And then some of her kids are with her over here. What she will plead with Madame Benedicta is that God should touch her heart. The husband was able to leave a piece of land. If Madame Benedicta can mount a structure on it for her, she will be glad. Where she farms, she has rented that place that she pays rent for at the end of every year. She wants Madame Benedicta to please help her to secure, Madame Benedicta to please help her to get at least a shop that she can sell petty food or household items. It will go a long way to help her. She is also pleading with Madame Benedicta that the rest of the kids, she should look for somewhere to put them so that they can also grow to become leaders whose impartation can affect herself, her community, and the country at large. She is praying that Madame Benedicta should be blessed immensely by God. Thank you.
If I knew now that the husband died 7 years ago, according to her, she said, if you are going to the widow's right, what they do is you have to feed yourself. But unfortunately to her, she doesn't have a mother, she doesn't have a father, neither any relative. So she really got hungry. She got hungry for 3 months before she finished, and all what she had, she has to use it for the rights. That the church that she attends, what happens is normally they try to shun you if you have a problem of that sort. So I asked her what type of church is that. I said ARS, and she said they never looked after her. So she find it difficult to have the living. So according to her, she started working with a company that were producing paints, and even that one, they took her money away. So now she has now prepared a kiosk there that she wants to sell in. She needs a capital to go by that one. So if Madame Benedicta will be of a help to her, she will be able to put up the store to sell things from it. Now God should bless her immensely for the vision that she has for widows. Thank you.
Okay, still in the Oti region. I have with me here Madam Grace Golokuma. She is here to tell us what she has been through as an abused widow. Amen. Who we heard from, I said earlier on, is Madam Grace Golokuma. She's been a widow for 13 years. A widow for 13 years. 7 children. All are living. What she said is quite pathetic. Because according to her, the man left a building for the children and herself. But then, due to some problems that she has no idea of, the relatives of the late husband ejected her from the house, but then left the kids to live in the house. Till date, according to her, she doesn't understand it. She has to go look for a place to rent. And then when the time elapsed for the rent to, for her to pay for another month or advance, she didn't get the funds. So she had to pack out of the rented apartment and then go back to her family house. What she's saying is that in as much as they kept the kids in their father's house, she still had to toil to take care of those children because they just kept them there without even giving them money to feed. After the burial of the husband, the only amount she has received from the relatives of the dead man was 225 Ghana cedis. According to her, she doesn't even know whether that money was meant to feed herself and the children to eternity. But what she's saying is that she needs accommodation. She has a small portion, she has a small piece of land. If Madame Benedicta will be generous enough to mount at least a structure on it for her, it will go a long way to help her. Because even with the family house that she is living in now, it is someone's room that she sleeps in. She is even scared as the days go by that the person may come up and say that I need you to move out of my room. And then she's saying that even with the children, she doesn't know the whereabouts of some of the kids because some initially expressed interest in furthering their education. But then when they sat down and realized that no help was coming from anywhere, they just had to go look for greener pastures. She's saying that God should bless Madame Benedicta, even as much as she is about to help her with monthly remittances, as well as a capital to invest into her business because she is a trader. Thank you.
I have with me here a widower. This time around, not a widow, but a widower. We want to hear his ordeal that he has gone through after the death of his wife. Before they buried the wife, they did everything in Nungwa. And whilst they were taking the casket, they got to a point that they took sheep, one sheep, yes, and they slaughtered the sheep. They put the blood there for him to pass through before they can enter Anwaga with the corpse. That was what he went through. So they have to send him somewhere. That was where they put him before they went to the cemetery and he came back. Okay, according to him, he has not got so much a problem because he was first a mechanic. That he was repairing cars here and there, so he couldn't see that he has lost some money aspect of the thing, but physically he felt that he has lost the wife. But he was getting money, so he looked after the children, and almost all of them are working now. The last one is in the Polytechnic, and I think he says it is going well small, but all the same, he is pleading with Madame Benedicta to be of a help, because now he is not doing anything because he had a mild stroke. Because of that, he cannot do anything. He should be of a help to her, to him, so that he will be remitting him from time to time. Thank you.
A widow. She's here to tell us a story. According to Madame Agnes Abam, She's been a widow for 6 years, 6 years with 8 children. What she is saying is that the husband used to be a repairer. And so, unfortunately, they weren't left with any property, neither a land nor an accommodation. As at now, she stays at someone's house. That's what she's saying. And even at that place, there's no peace of mind. So the person has asked her to relocate with her 8 children. And she doesn't have anywhere to go to. Also, she's not working. She doesn't have anything to say that, no, this is what I do. She's not working. And so she's pleading with Madame Benedicta to please give her a capital to start a business with, so that she will be able to take care of her 8 children. Also, an accommodation will go a long way to help her and her children. She's saying that God should bless Madame Benedicta as she is doing such a thing. Thank you.